that I was going to say. Great? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I chose to do dance for my senior project because I like to dance, and when I was trying to figure out what to do for my project, we had a lot of conversations because I couldn't figure out what to do, because she's like, do something you're passionate about. I was like, all right, well, then I guess I will do some makeup stuff. And I was like, wait, I don't have time, I have dance. I'll do something with animals. I don't have time, I have dance. So Miss Alvin came to me and was like, well, how about you do something with dance? So I said, all right, I guess that works. So I kind of went for it. I emailed my director at my studio, and I talked to Miss Alvin about what I could do, and we came up with a pretty cool project. It's not working. Oh, it's because the video's on. Hold on. One second. Pause it? Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. It's not working. That's okay. This is what happens. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So, my project, I decided to go to my dance studio and see how I could make something out of dance, because I've been dancing forever and I couldn't teach myself how to dance because I already knew how. But I looked around and I thought about it, and I danced when I was really young, and then I stopped dancing for a long time because we moved. And my grades dropped a little bit, and then I got really uncomfortable with people, and I didn't really like it very much. So, like a couple of years ago, before I think, I said to my mom, I was like, I want to dance again. Like, I want to find a studio that works for me. And we were looking, and she was like, how about this studio? I said, no, I know people there. I don't want to go there. And she said, okay, well, let's keep looking. So we found 4 more, and I was like, no, I don't want those either. And so we finally found one in the newspaper one day by accident. And it was just opening up in my town, Hooksett. And so I figured, okay, well, I'll give this one a shot because everybody is going to be new there because it's a new studio. The director's going to be new, the kids are going to be new, we're all going to learn at the same time. It will be like a good pace. So I went in and I toured, and I felt like I was at home, like I should have been there the whole time, which was really cool. So for my project, I decided to go there and see if I could teach other kids, because I couldn't teach myself how to dance because I didn't know how. So I got myself into assisting a couple classes, and I decided to see if I could teach one on my own. So these are some of the kids I actually assisted. It's a really cool feeling to be able to help people. So the passion behind it was because I used to dance all the time. It makes me happy. It makes me, I don't know, smile to be able to be with my friends and to be able to dance and express myself through that when I don't want to talk to anybody. And I can kind of just go in and tell my teacher, hey, I'm having a really bad day. She'll be like, okay. She won't talk to me during the class. People won't talk to me during the class. But I can dance and get rid of all the stress and stuff. And I decided that there was probably mental benefits behind it too. So I went to mental and health to see if there was anything that I could find with dance. And so emotions was a big one that I kept finding, because when you dance, you can express your emotions in any way possible. So if you're tapping, you could be angry. If you're hip hop, you could be really anxious about something, really excited. Lyrical is more I'm upset and I wanted to tell you something, but I can't say it to you with words. So emotions were a really big part of dancing. So that was a thing I found most often. Memory helped a lot, because that's my MRI, by the way. So I actually got that picture taken of my head, and there's a little smiley face in it at the top, right there. So I got really excited, so I used it. I had forgotten a lot, and my grades slipped. And as I started dancing again, I saw my grades improving. I remembered a lot more things easier. And the hippocampus is a part of your brain that holds memory. And as you get older, it starts to decay and kind of get smaller. And when you dance, the rhythm and the beat and moving to a certain rhythm, having to hear it, it actually decreases the decay in that part of your brain, which is really cool. Found that out. It's pretty cool. So it has health benefits too. And cognitive thinking, there's a style of dance that I really, really don't like. I'm very uncomfortable with it. I get very upset when I am asked to do it. It's called improv. And you saw a little bit of Cody doing that at the beginning of the slide. But you have to be able to think of something on the spot, like listen to music and immediately think of something. On my own, I'm fine doing it. As a choreographer, you have to do it. There's nothing there for you to grab onto. You have to come up with something. And that's something that I get very emotional about. I don't like doing it. I've left a class before because they have asked me to do it. But as I was going through this project and choreographing more things, I felt more okay, and I participated in a couple of the things, and that was really cool. So it makes you think harder, it makes you think of different ways to get around doing things, because you can't do the same thing all the time. So I found myself throughout this project, I found a family that is always with me, and you have issues in your family, but you work through them, and at the end you're still a big group, and you're a community, and it's really cool to have. I found friends that I never thought I would have, because there was 2 girls at my studio when I first started that I really didn't like, because I knew them from my old school, and they were kind of with the popular crowd. I shied away from that kind of stuff, but as I got to know them in dance, they were completely different than I had imagined in my head, so I was scared of nothing, and they became really good friends, really good friends of ours, so that was really cool. The successes I've had, walking into a class and having a child really upset and not wanting to go to class and crying, if you're able to give them a hug and then say, we're going to go dance with our friends, we're going to go do something fun today, we'll play a game at the end of class, being able to say something like that to a kid and having them smile and walk into class without their parent is really, really cool. That's a really good feeling to know that they're comfortable with you and they're okay and they're going to have fun. And that's really cool. So up there are 2 classes that I've worked with, and they're really cute. We had some issues at the beginning, trust issues, but it got better as it went on. And they got more comfortable, and now I can't get them off of me when I'm at the studio. They kind of just cling, but that's okay because they're really cute and they make me smile. So my struggles, I had a hard time with the project part of this. Keeping track of my time was really hard because I would always go and I'd be like, oh, I gotta write it down, and I would write down the start time and I would never write down the finish time, but I'd know how long I was there. I would forget to write it down completely. I would write things on this log right here that weren't supposed to be on this log, and supposed to be on another one. So all those scribbles you see went to a different log. And the research was really difficult for me. But it came together, and I was happy with the result. I interviewed my dance teacher as part of my project, and this was something that she said that really stuck with me, is that it can make you happy, and it will make you happy if you're with your friends and you have an outlet. So I think that really stuck with me throughout the project. So at the end, I decided to do something bigger because Ms. Aubin challenged me to do something more of my project than just going into a class and hanging out with kids. So I tried to choreograph a dance, and my friend Melanie decided to help me out with this. She just came over. It was 4 hours total that we worked on this throughout 3 weeks, and we got a really cool dance done, and I'm really proud of it. It's only 1 minute and 40, but it's all right. So we're going to turn the volume up for this one. So you have to turn it off on the actual Google. Right here. Down there. Yeah. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. I did that, and it took 4 hours to do because we kind of listened to music for a while, and then like fooled around with different moves and what she could do and what she couldn't do. And so that worked pretty well. Before I say thank you and ask for questions, I wanted to thank my mom because I couldn't really do anything without her because I get really stressed out and I know that about myself. And she kind of pulls me out of that and is like, well, just focus on one thing at a time. Let's email Beth, let's see what we can do. So naturally, I chose Beth as my mentor because she unders me and she's known me since freshman year because she's my counselor. And she's seen me like progress through like freaking out and not being able to do any work at all to getting stuff done pretty quickly in like a pretty organized manner. So I want to thank her too because she helped me a lot. And Miss Alban for keeping me completely sane in classroom because I would have lost it and cried and given up immediately, but I didn't. So thank you, and thank you guys for coming to my presentation. Are there any questions? No? I don't know how long it was, it felt really long.
It's not nice to make your mother cry.
Right?
Good job, Megan.
So proud of you, your grandmother.
What?
You made me
That's good. That's the bonus.
Nice job.